San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there. Good morning. It is Monday, November 6th.
Good morning. Hey, it's 6 days in, no shave. Looking good, Mark?
Yeah, everybody in the studio looks great.
Yeah,
Max Massey, particularly great.
Thank you.
Mike,
Yes.
let Max know how great he looked this weekend.
Ooh, if I could have been
He
a
was.
fly on the wall.
Mike wanted to welcome me to the No Shave team.
He goes, it's your first year doing this, and he was completely serious.
Max, how many years have you done no shave?
Since its inception.
And how many times have you won, Max?
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making that.
It's okay. You know what? Mike's getting up there, so we can forgive him.
Mike playing a little bit.
I'm glad we've cleared all that up.
In Mike's defense, Justin's here.
Shots fired. Yikes.
Outside with live cam. Justin, good morning.
Good morning. We'll just change the subject here. Cloudy skies out there. We're starting off cloudy with a little bit of fog in spots. We've noticed that where visibility is down. Let's go to the visibility map and we'll show you where we're seeing that around New Braunfels. But honestly, the fog's lifting. We had some around Uvalde as well. That is lifted. So fog's pretty much going away here, and it's going away pretty quickly. Satellite picture. Well, we have quite a bit of cloud cover. Like yesterday, you're going to see that filtered sun. High cloudiness is going to spread over top of us, and we'll see a mostly cloudy day. 69 here in San Antonio right now, 71 Kennedy, 65 Kerrville, 65 in Uvalde, basically right around 70 here in San Antonio, and you'll see these temperatures warm into the 80s again today. We'll go mostly cloudy this afternoon. 82 is your forecast high, good southerly wind. That means the moisture's back. It's going to be muggy and warm for the next couple of days until we get to Thursday. Thursday is our big day because we get another cold front. We get some more rain chances. We'll talk all about it coming up here in just a couple minutes. But we have had a few issues on the roads this morning. Let's check in with Steven. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Justin. Yeah, the morning commute was pretty busy. As we take a look outside, things look very different. Quiet. 10 at Probant, you can see the east and westbound lanes really aren't showing a whole lot of traffic. 35 north at Loop 410, very quiet as well. Now, the TransGuide cameras aren't showing any of the issues that we're seeing on our map. Take this in point. Loop 1604 eastbound at Lock and Terra Parkway. A crash is slowing folks down out there, so be on the lookout. No cameras can show us the conditions, but you can see right there on the map that there's that little bit of a buildup out there before I-10. And don't forget, we also have the 1604 North expansion project well underway, so throw in a crash that could cause some bigger issues. Let's hope everyone's doing okay, but as we give you a wider view of the map, thankfully, things are quiet, as you just saw on the TransGuide cameras. The map also shows that a lot of that congestion and red that we see take over has already dwindled down, and we see plenty of green out there. But take it easy and make sure that you also plan ahead, because US 90 over on the west side of San Antonio, there will be that insulation work that will pick up around 9 this morning. And actually, crews may already be out there. But this takes us all the way to 3 in the afternoon, and we'll see those alternating ramp closures from 36th Street to Couples Road. Scan the QR code and get in the know before you have to go. All that information you saw on the screen will be at the fingertips on your phone. So know what to expect ahead of time. There's a full list of closures on our website at ksat.com/traffic. Mark.
Stephen, thank you. This morning, a missing person alert has been issued for a 12-year-old girl. Bexar County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding Diamond Hunt. She was last seen Friday evening in East Bexar County on Rose Robin Run Court. That's in a neighborhood off Ben Zingelman near Woodlake Parkway and I-10.
Diamond is about 4'8" and was last seen wearing a red and black hoodie, black pants, and black Nike shoes. If you have any information about Diamond's whereabouts, you're asked to call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. That number at the bottom of your screen right there, 210-335-6000.
Here is today's Night at 9. The war between Israel and Hamas has been raging for more than a month now, with no immediate resolution in sight. Overnight, Israel said they cut the Gaza Strip in two, surrounding Gaza City ahead of an expected ground operation. Here in the U.S., large protests took place over the weekend in Washington, demanding a ceasefire in the conflict. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has refused to support a ceasefire, instead opting for a, quote, humanitarian pause.
Former President Donald Trump is taking the stand today in his own defense at his civil fraud trial in New York. It follows testimony last week from his two sons. His daughter Ivanka is scheduled to testify on Wednesday. There will not be any cameras in court today for his testimony. Trump's legal woes do not seem to be hurting his presidential campaign, though. A new poll shows Trump leading President Biden in nearly every battleground state, with voters concerned about the economy.
An international manhunt is underway to find a Massachusetts man suspected of fatally stabbing his girlfriend, whose body was found at Boston's Logan International Airport on Wednesday. 40-year-old Kevin Kangafa was seen on surveillance video and boarded a plane to Kenya shortly after the killing. Massachusetts police are working with authorities in Kenya to find him. The U.S. does have an extradition treaty with Kenya, so experts say it's likely that authorities there will cooperate in trying to find him.
Tyson is now recalling 30,000 pounds of its dinosaur-shaped nuggets. Some people found bits of metal in the nuggets. The problems were all found in 29-ounce packages that were produced in early September. The USDA says there has been one minor oral injury associated with eating the nuggets.
Interest rates may be set for the rest of the year. The experts at Barclays now think the Fed will hold the line on rates at its next meeting in mid-December, the last of the year. But they also think the Fed could push rates up again in January.
Tomorrow is Election Day. While it isn't a presidential election and doesn't include any federal offices, there are 14 state constitutional amendments that voters can approve or deny. Many will either create or alter state funds or affect taxes. And depending on where you live, your ballot could also have other items for local offices. To see a sample ballot or read more about the state's constitutional amendments on the ballot, just head to Vote 2023 section of KSAT.com.
The Spurs lost in overtime yesterday against the Raptors, 123-116. Raptors overcame a 22-point deficit to get the win. Wemby had a great game with 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 4 assists. No time to dwell on the loss, though, because the Spurs play again tonight in Indiana against the Pacers. Tip-off set for 6 p.m.
Rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud led the Texans to victory over the Bucs yesterday after they were down by 4 with less than a minute to play. Stroud threw for 470 yards, setting an NFL rookie record. The final score from Houston was 39-37.
The Cowboys came up short on the potential winning drive last night against the Philadelphia Eagles. They were down by 5 with 46 seconds to go. But on the cusp of a stunning comeback, a sack and penalty hurt the Cowboys in the end. The final from Philly, 28-23. And that's today's 9 at 9. In your morning headlines, artificial intelligence walking down Abbey Road, creating a new Beatles song with all 4 Beatles members involved.
Plus, a terrifying on-field situation ending with a special scholarship and a record at the New York City Marathon. Our Max Massey joins us in studio with this morning's headlines. Max, where are we starting?
Guys, I wish we could start with the marathon because these numbers are outlandish. Unthinkable how fast these people go for such a long amount of time. But we are starting in Virginia. Crazy situation. We first reported it when it first happened. A teacher shot by a 6-year-old. That lawsuit filed by the teacher, well, is allowed to go forward. It's a huge update. A $40 million lawsuit filed by Newport News teacher Abigail Zwerner. And that lawsuit, it's not filed against the parents or the student. It's actually against the school board and administrators. As I was saying, as she was shot by a 6-year-old student in the classroom earlier this year. The Virginia judge ruled that the case can move forward. Zwerner, the teacher, she was shot in the hand and the chest. She filed that lawsuit in April against the public school and administrators, saying that they ignored warning signs and that they had been aware of the student's history of random violence and did nothing. Well, guys, remember this man, Damar Hamlin? He's still playing. Last year, he suffered a terrifying situation, a cardiac arrest on the field while playing. Now, we had told you he's back on the field, he's playing, and now he is giving back in a huge way. He is honoring the medical staff who saved his life earlier this year. He announced on social media he actually had dinner with the 10 medical staff members in Cincinnati who saved his life, obviously calling them heroes, but then announcing he's launching a scholarship program called Cincinnati Heroes Scholarship. It's going to be awarding 10 $1,000 scholarships to underserved students in the Cincinnati area. Remember, he plays in Buffalo. Hamlin says each scholarship, this is my favorite part, named after one of the medical staff members who saved his life. All right, now to the New York City Marathon. There's a lot of people here, but only one person can finish in first. So it's in the books, and so is a new record. Tamarat Tola, this man, he won the men's race, and he broke the all-time record for the course. He's an Ethiopian runner. He finished, again, if you don't know, 26.2 miles, 5 boroughs in New York City. He finished in 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 58 seconds on Sunday. It broke the record of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 6 seconds in 2011. So I know we're just throwing out random numbers. I put this into perspective. Toll is split, the new record. That is a 4-minute, 46-second mile for 26.2 miles consecutively. Right? Sarah Costa in the background says, oh my goodness. It's crazy. I can't even do that once.
My side already hurts.
26 times. All right. Now to Abbey Road. The last song the Beatles ever recorded. It was just released this last week, decades after John Lennon wrote it, more than 50 years after the band split. Lennon recorded a demo of his vocals for the song titled Now and Then back in the late 1970s. Remember, he was killed in 1980, but his widow, Yoko Ono, gave the demo to the remaining Beatles members in 1994. The track was then worked on by Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison for a year. They couldn't separate Lennon's voice from the sound of the piano in the track. Then, remember, Harrison died in 2001. It took Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr more than 20 years to begin working on that song again. Well, just recently, artificial intelligence was used to isolate John Lennon's voice from the demo track for the 2021 docuseries The Beatles Get Back. Now, McCartney then redid the bass, Ringo added the drums. They kept Harrison's guitar parts from 1995, and I gotta say, Sarah Costa and I listened to the song. It sounds pretty good.
It's very good.
It's pretty good. There's a whole music video. I think within like 24 hours of being on YouTube, it already had 10 million listens.
I believe that.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, Max, thank you.
Don't worry, I'm coming back. We're talking Eagles.
I know
and
you're
Cowboys, I
coming
guess.
back.
Oh, boy.
Yep. And for that main reason, he's coming back. 9:09, 69 degrees.
Here's a look at what's coming up at GMSA at 9.
Good morning. There are several ways you can give back this holiday season, including fasting to raise funds for this nonprofit on the West Side. How this center is helping families and individuals throughout the year, coming up next.
Welcome back, 9:13.
Okay, Justin, it was a little muggy outside today. But we're going to get a cool front in a couple of days.
We will. It's a time of year where you would expect one, every couple of weeks. We had a good one last week. We're going to get another one on Thursday, so that'll be our next big change. This one's not terribly strong. It's not going to be bringing in winter like this last one did, but it will cool us down and will bring us some rain. That's most important because we need the rain in the worst way. There's a look at the time lapse. It's been cloudy all morning. We had some fog here and there. Temperatures right now 69 at the airport, 68 in New Braunfels, and then you get into the mid 60s once you get into the higher elevations down there in Bernie and Kerrville. Humidity levels, well, they're fairly high, and that's because we have a lot of moisture streaming in now on southerly winds from the Gulf of Mexico. Your forecast today. Noontime 76, staying cloudy. We'll see some peaks of sun this afternoon. We make it up to 82, a humid 82. It will also be a little bit breezy from time to time too, with those southerly winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight. We'll do this all again tomorrow. Fog, clouds to start, then some sun during the afternoon. Here's one of the reasons things are so cloudy and so muggy. We've got high pressure at the surface anchored over parts of Louisiana, and then a good fetch of moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, and this is feeding north. So you got high dew points all the way up to Dallas, Fort Worth, and points north. So it's a humid situation for basically the eastern half of Texas. And then on top of that, we've got some good Pacific moisture streaming in. So this is a look at the water vapor where you see these white and purpley colors. That is high-level moisture that's streaming over top of us. We saw that yesterday, and we had kind of the filtered sun. Similar situation today. So we've got that in play. And then we're noticing a system developing up here across the Pacific Northwest. This actually is our next weather maker. So this, combining with the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, the upper level moisture from the Pacific, all of it coming together and coinciding, I think, on Thursday. And that's why rain chances right now are at 40%. We may be able to bump them up a little bit. That's my hope anyway. So here comes that system. Starts to pull into the desert southwest. Again, we have that flow as well out of the south and west. And then a frontal boundary moving in. So by late on Thursday, that's when our rain chances start to pop up. And we'll get a pretty decent shot of rain Thursday night all the way into Friday morning. Turns very windy. We'll get some gusts around 30 miles per hour by Friday morning. But the rain starts to come to an end by Friday afternoon. And then we're just left with some clouds. Friday will be a coolish, windy day, and then hopefully clearing out some for the weekend with the sun popping back out. Rainfall potential. Well, I wish I had better news in this department. Doesn't look great. We're talking about maybe a quarter of an inch You'll see some higher numbers down closer to the coast, maybe 1 to 3 inches. But here in town, doesn't look to be a big rainmaker for us. It's just that our rain chances are high. I don't know that it'll be terribly heavy. Something we'll watch. Maybe we'll get to bump this number up too as we get a little bit closer. But this is the idea right now. 85 Tuesday, 84 Wednesday. Morning fog and clouds next couple of days. Then we'll go cloudy on Thursday, 40% chance of rain late. That will continue into Thursday night, into Friday morning. 40% chance still on Friday morning. 62, so there's the change. We go from 78 to 62 on Friday, and then 60s over the weekend. Actually, the weekend looks pretty good with mostly cloudy skies. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. The local nonprofit Inner City Development is kicking off its Thanksgiving 365 initiative to raise money and canned goods to feed hungry families and individuals.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the center on the west side with the impact it could have on our community. Good morning, Tiff.
Good morning. This initiative is incredible. It's going to help so many people in San Antonio, not only during the holiday season, but throughout the entire year. We have Patty and Rod Radel here this morning. Good morning to both of you. We have all of this set up. Tell us about what's happening here this morning.
Well, we know everybody at this time of year is thinking about their Thanksgiving list for dinner, but also a lot of people become conscious of the hunger issue. And Inner City is here to express the idea that hunger is not a Thanksgiving issue, but an issue 365 days a year. And so we are trying to raise up funds to keep the food pantry stocked for 365 days. And some of us are beginning a fast today and have made a commitment to fast until we raise $1,000 or however much $1,000 each. Our overall goal is $35,000 within a 2-week period because there's a lot to take care of. We do help thousands of people through the year who unfortunately suffer from hunger.
And Rod, a lot of organizations and schools are part of this initiative too.
Yes, it's not just the money, but the money is supplemented by a lot of donations that come in from churches and business. Also, Holy Cross High School, and people don't know this probably, over the last 30 years, every year they've participated and they've raised 160,000 pieces of food, most of it canned goods, and bring it over here, separate it, and stock our shelves. And so I'd like to go ahead and give you an opportunity to talk to some of the great students at that. And again, this is not a gigantic school, roughly 300 students, and still they raised 160,000 to date.
And they woke up early to be with us today. And these are just some of the canned goods that they're going to be collecting. Moises Sr. Holy Cross, good morning. Tell me about what does it mean for all of you to be doing this initiative again this year?
So this year is very important to us. You know, there are many people that are underserved in the city, and we would like to give back. This is one of the reasons why we do this is to give back. You know, not just to hoard it to ourselves, but to spread the love throughout all San Antonio. That is a big thing for us at Holy Cross.
Amazing. Well, I'm excited to talk to all of you this morning and to learn more about this initiative. We're going to bring you that story coming up on the noon show. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you,
Tiffany,
Tiffany.
thank you.
919, 69 degrees.
Construction work can always cause a headache, but a local animal shelter says it's really impacting their work. When we come back, what Converse city leaders are saying about the animal shelter's concerns.
Construction Converse is causing headaches. Crews are working to expand Rocket Lane to alleviate traffic congestion.
But as one nonprofit tells Daniela Ibarra, the construction is coming at a big cost.
Behind these gates is a safe space.
So we typically have around 40-ish dogs at a time, 60 cats.
Leslie Grimes is the president of the Converse Animal Shelter. It's a nonprofit, no-kill shelter in Converse that helps the city's shelter.
We like to pull from them to help their cause, to help them become no-kill as well.
But Grimes says the city hasn't returned the help.
I don't think they know how much this has impacted us. We've had a drop in donations and adoptions. It's really hard for people to get out here.
The shelter says this construction has made it difficult for people to get to the front entrance to drop off their donations.
We've had one donor actually fall and break their leg and had to have surgery due to this construction.
Once the work is done, Grimes says the shelter's entrance will have to be moved.
This right here is what we're going to have taken out, these 3 runs right here, so that we can have an entrance from the parking lot into our shelter.
She says it'll cost around $11,000 just for demolition.
I've tried contacting the city manager several times. I know our volunteers have as well.
We have heard from the animal rescue on Rocket Lane that they've had some conflicts with the construction.
Converse Assistant City Manager Howard Kuntz says he knows it's frustrating.
Never been a part of a capital project like this in my nearly 20 years of working in local government.
He says there's been some delays due to weather and admits it'll still be a while until it's finished.
Right now, we're thinking best case scenario is probably going to be late spring.
Grimes says the shelter just wants to be heard.
We kind of feel like we are being forgotten about and tossed aside.
Yale Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
Assistant City Manager said the Converse Animal Shelter is welcome to call him.
He also mentioned the option of going to speak with the shelter administrators, but so far the animal shelter says that hasn't happened.
Well, we are spreading the word about shoe and sock donations for the San Antonio Police Department Share the Shoes campaign. From now through December 12th, you can donate a pair of new shoes or socks to any of the 7 SAPD substations. Every donation will be given to a child in need of new shoes through Zapatos.
Last year's donations boosted their supply significantly, but the need is always there. They're looking for shoes and socks, size 9, toddler to 5 adult, and another request is for shoes for wider feet. So again, if you'd like to donate for this great cause, you can do so through December 12th at any SAPD substation. We have all this information right now. Just head to our website, KSAT.com.
Right now, 9:25. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including a look at how the presidential race is shaping up as we come up on a year from the big day.
Plus, Max is back with RJ, and they'll look back at the Cowboys' disappointing loss in Philly and the Texans' hard-fought victory. Your morning sports coming up in a matter of minutes. Welcome back. We are now 1 year out from the pivotal 2024 election.
ABC's Jay O'Brien takes a look at the status of the race so far.
1 year out from the presidential election and former President Donald Trump returning to the spotlight. Numerous polls show him dominating the Republican primary field, despite spending much of the last few months in court, facing 4 history-making indictments in New York, Florida, Washington, D.C., and Fulton County, Georgia. The last 2 centering on Trump's alleged attempts to overturn the results of the previous presidential election.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
To all 4 indictments, the former president pleading not guilty, his base undeterred. Other Republican voters yet to coalesce around an alternative to Trump. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis calling for a new generation of GOP leadership.
Donald Trump is missing in action.
White House hopefuls like Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, and Vivek Ramaswamy trying to stand out to primary voters.
I think the party needs a new generational leader. We've lost the last 7 out of 8 popular votes for president, and that's nothing that we should be proud of.
3 candidates already calling it quits, including Trump's former vice president, Mike Pence.
It's become clear to me, this is not my time.
Meantime, President Biden's poll numbers are sagging. 538's polling average shows 53% of Americans disapprove of his job performance. The president pitching voters on what he says are a string of successes.
When I came to office, this nation was flat on its back. I knew what to do. I vaccinated the nation and rebuilt the economy.
Age expected to be a defining factor in this race. Biden and Trump will be in their 80s by the end of a 4-year term. Candidates also forced to grapple with America's role on the world stage amid Israel's war against Hamas and Ukraine's continued defense against Russia's invasion.
American leadership is what holds the world together.
The U.S. Congress should refuse to authorize a single additional payment of our depleted stockpiles.
Back home, while inflation has cooled and salaries and employment are rising, recent ABC News polls finding a majority of Americans disapprove of President Biden's handling of the economy. And more than a year out from the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade and a midterm election rocked by the debate over abortion rights, voters promising to once again make that a defining issue, all as voters warn the nation remains deeply divided. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
70 degrees warming up out there, 932, all those clouds in the sky, probably the reason why we have all that humidity lingering. Justin, you have the most beautiful swallowtail picture behind you.
I pulled it up just for you.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, you identified it just by looking at it?
Kind of a butterfly girl.
There you go. The expert right there. Yeah, explain it to me, Sarah. So what's going on here?
It's a giant swallowtail. I'm sorry, that is not even a giant swallow. That is a eastern tiger swallowtail.
I was going to say that it looks like a tiger to me.
Yeah, it's a tiger. and it's obviously enjoying the fall flowers there. There you go. Mark is also a butterfly expert as well.
Good
But
stuff.
I've been seeing a lot of these in my garden. And, a lot of monarchs. We're in a fall is a good butterfly season here in South Texas.
There you go. And this was taken out of Canyon Lake, by the way. Beautiful shot. We appreciate it. It's always hard to catch those butterflies up close, but well done. And speaking of pollen, molds and ragweed are both low. We haven't had a whole lot of issues. As of late, we've kind of moved on from our fall allergens, but we know it's around the corner, so let's just enjoy this break while we have it. Forecast, 76 noontime. Mostly cloudy this afternoon. We'll be up around 82. Big difference there. Mostly cloudy again, even into the afternoon hours, and look for clouds to fill back in tonight. Some fog again tomorrow morning, and we're still waiting on our next cold front, which right now is scheduled for Thursday evening. More on that and what kind of rain chances it brings here in just a couple minutes, guys.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
It was such a rough Sunday. Cowboys fans, Spurs fans. I could hear the yells in my neighborhood of frustration.
Everybody dismayed. Max and RJ here to NFL action and a silver and black meltdown.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to get there.
Well, not everyone's dismayed, though, right?
Right. I mean, look, the grass is green this morning. The weather's nice. It's a beautiful Monday.
Says the Eagles fan.
How can you be upset with what happened? I got to say, I was lucky enough to have two screenshots, and they were perfect screenshots. It was let's talk about the highlights.
Yeah,
First
here we
off,
go. Kenneth Gainwell.
Kenneth Gainwell. Not DeAndre Swift.
Okay.
You have him on fantasy?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I asked if you had him.
Look, it was a back and forth to start, right? The first half was great. I said some not so kind things about Jake Ferguson a few times.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a few moments. Beautiful catch. I mean, come on, Devontae Smith, Heisman winner right there.
Absolutely.
And then here we go. Wait, my Achilles actually hurt watching that.
Yeah.
Just being able to cut from left to right. Incredible. So the Cowboys did come back, right?
They did, yes.
Second half, it was beautiful.
Yeah. They were up in the first half. They managed to get this game. Obviously, look, for Dallas, it's been a lot of issues in the red zone throughout the season. Kind of saw it creep up on them a little bit, but Dak does make a couple of plays.
Wait for it.
Now this, that was unfortunate.
Was that a two-point conversion?
Score, that would have been a two-point conversion.
That was the second of my two favorite screenshots of the day.
Wow. Okay. So Dak steps out of bounds. Obviously, the Cowboys are down
chance,
5. They did get one other chance. They were helped by the officials. Got down the field. But then cannot get it done here. Again, some penalties there late in the game. They were down, they were inside the 10.
They were inside
the 10. Dak gets sacked.
Delay game.
They had I don't know. The Cowboys just basically went Cowboys there at the end of the
phrased it. It was a lack of discipline on both teams because the Eagles were literally trying to give it away at one point.
Yeah, Philly probably should have sealed the deal here in the fourth quarter at some point there. They did have some nice drives. Second half, of course, took the lead there, but Philly could have put the game away. Kind of kept on giving the Cowboys some opportunities here, but Cowboys do not get it done.
No.
So Dak, here's the thing. Dak had a great game.
He did.
Could not get it done.
On paper, he had a good game.
That's the story of his career.
When you watch the actual game, though, every pass he made was a wide open receiver.
That's Dak's fault?
No, it's not Dak's fault. He did what he had to do, but at the end of the game, he could not make a good completion where there was actual coverage.
Yeah. And you probably want to get the ball more to CeeDee Lamb in these late game situations there.
Didn't he have 10 catches, 170
CeeDee had a great
yards?
game, but there was a fourth down there where Dak went to Jalen Tolbert. He was covered. Just would have not liked to have seen them get the ball there to CeeDee.
Wait, Dak couldn't make a completion to a covered receiver? It's crazy. But here's the good news, Cowboys fans. Your next 4 games are pretty easy.
Yeah, very winnable. Yep, they are. Very winnable, including this one here. Who are the Giants there you go. Who are the Giants even starting at quarterback next week? Cowboys have a lot of winnable games coming up. up here, so they could get back in the NFC East race. I know Philly's schedule gets a little bit tougher here.
Yep.
Philly plays KC, right, Buffalo, and also the 49ers in the next month or so. So, hey,
different tracks down the road here.
There is, yeah. But Cowboys, unfortunate there, fall to 5-3.
Let's go to the winning team in Texas.
Okay,
though.
let's do it. Yes. How about them Texans? You know what, Max? I've been on the Texans train since week 3, and I feel like I'm getting vindicated here.
Okay. Well, they started off hot, so it's nothing really. It wasn't a hot take by you. But here's the thing: C.J. Stroud, he has looked phenomenal. Arguably one of the best rookie seasons of our lifetime. There's the Dan Marino argument back in, I think, 1983.
Yeah, offensive rookie of the year. Just lock that in.
I mean,
already.
that's just
a done
the
deal.
poise. Looks fantastic. Just stayed in the pocket, delivered. Here's the thing: back and forth game between he and the Buccaneers. Went to OT, and Texans delivered.
Yeah, Texans come up with a big win here late. C.J. Stroud, 470 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think up to this point he's at 14 touchdowns in the season, only 1 pick so far this year. It's been unbelievable. Houston, they got a guy here. They got a stud, and they're 4-4. They're still in this thing. They're in the playoff chase. It would be an amazing story if DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud got the Texans to playoff in their first year there.
I have a hot take right now.
Oh, here we go.
And it's not that hot takey. So Dak can't get a completion to a cover receiver. However, C.J. Stroud, it's not like he has, and I have Nico Collins on my fantasy team, so like big fan there, and Tank Dell.
Yeah.
It's not like he has all-star wide receivers. He doesn't have Pro Bowlers.
No, not.
And he's delivering.
He's doing it. Yeah, you could just tell. I mean, the pedigree's there. C.J. Stroud getting it done, especially in these late game situations. So shout out to the Texans. They improved to 4-4, and they are at Cincinnati. Okay, well, this is going to be a tough game.
we're hyping them up.
You know what? Good win, guys.
Yeah,
because this is going to be a tough one. But you never know.
You never
know.
know.
It's the NFL. It's the NFL. Okay.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Speaking of any given Sunday. So when I checked in on the game, because Sunday for me is football. When I checked in on the game, I think they were up by 19, the Spurs.
Yep. I was at the game, Max, and I texted some buddies at halftime saying, you know what, we may leave early here in the fourth quarter. I definitely feel like I jinxed the Spurs here because I was just like this. And then slowly you could see Toronto kind of creeping back in this thing. And I will say, Wemby, he's been great, but he did look a little tired yesterday in the second half. First half, he was all over the floor. He had like 4 blocks in the first half, and you saw right there, Scotty Barnes just
Scotty Barnes has had kind of a breakout season.
Yeah. Barnes had a great game.
I got to say, though, one of the things I'm hearing from people was the game plan wasn't revolved around Wemby, especially the fourth quarter.
Well, no, it wasn't. And I think that's because he, in my opinion, seemed a little tired.
Okay.
Obviously, he's 19, young legs. I mean, okay, tired in NBA terms, tired.
Right.
See, right there, he probably should have sealed the deal there, gotten that rebound, does not get it. Toronto gets the putback, gets this game really into overtime at that point. Scotty Barnes missed that shot to win the game. But the Spurs were up by 22 in this game. No Devin Vassell. I think that really hurt him in this game as far as just a closer.
He is going to be okay, though.
He will be fine.
I saw the X-ray, MRI. He'll be okay. But, yeah, it just seemed like they took over in OT.
They did, yeah. Played like a nice small ball lineup against the Spurs. Kind of stretched.
Former
Sure, Jakob Poeltl.
Former neighbor, Jakob Poeltl. Love it.
That's right. Yeah, he did live in that area.
Yeah, so you know what? At the end of the day, it's 1 of 82, and they've shown a lot of signs of life. Already better than so many people expected.
Yeah, hey, they were 3-3, got a couple of nice wins on the road. Phoenix, this is a young team. Gotta be able to close out these games here. I think Devin Vassell would have made a big difference there,
for sure,
closing this one out. They are on the road now, actually a back-to-back here. They're at Indiana tonight, an earlier start than what we've seen.
You know what? I'm full of hot takes today. All right, Monday morning hot take, overreaction Mondays. I think you need a game like that to remind a young team you got to keep your foot on the gas. And I think they're going to go into Indy and take care of business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's also be honest.
Okay.
Pacers aren't very good. So
I would love to see it. Yeah. Second night of a back-to-back. I think that's definitely one of those types of games where Pop can get the attention of the guys and really kind of get them motivated for tonight's game at the Pacers. All right. So real quick, I know we're not doing college, but shout out to UTSA. They're bowl eligible.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Shout out to my Texas State Bobcats. We're bowl eligible. First year under G.J. Kinney. Justin just shaking his head over there.
Is Texas A&M bowl eligible yet?
Did the Aggies
It doesn't
win?
matter.
What happened? I thought, it seems like the last 3 years, next year was the year.
It's been that way for like 70 years. One of these days.
One of these days.
Just
one
like
of these
the
days.
Cowboys.
Tough loss for the Aggies.
Wow.
One of these days.
Sarah, what'd you say? One more time?
Wow.
Just like the Cowboys. This is our year.
Ooh.
Hey, Max, your Eagles support group called Thursday's meeting has been moved to 7 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
All right, RJ,
The president here,
Max,
yeah.
thank you, guys.
Thank you.
9:42, 70 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Oh, time for my favorite part of our 9 a.m. show. Where is everybody?
Cranes are to the left. Yes.
Okay, I know, but usually we see flamingo. Is this not flamingo? Oh, this is the whooping crane
Right.
cam.
Cranes to the left of us, crows to the right of me. Yep.
Oh, wow, they look real excited. Okay. Okay.
We should have our producer do commentary on
If
this.
you guys could hear her right now.
She's fantastic at this.
It's always a great day to go to the zoo. It's open today, rain or shine. We'll be right back.
Waiting on the next cold front, and it is in the forecast.
It is. We would hope to get a little more frequency with our fronts this time of year. We're starting to get there. It's starting to get cooler at times, but not right now because it's still pretty humid and warm. And that'll be the case today. Let's take a look at the forecast high. 82 here in San Antonio this afternoon, 83 Somerset, 84 Pearsall, 85 in Carrizo Springs. This is above average if you were curious. And it will be humid with quite a bit of cloud cover into the afternoon. A lot of high clouds streaming across the sky. We've also got some morning low clouds, so that just equals cloudy skies. 70 degrees right now. South-southwesterly winds at 11. We've got some wind gusts to 20. It will be a little bit of a breezy day. That southerly wind ushering in quite a bit of moisture. And so dew points will be rather high through Thursday. And then Thursday's the day we get our front and cools us down a little bit, takes away some of that humidity. As we look at the Futurecast fog tomorrow, we started off with a little bit of fog this morning. I think we'll see that again tomorrow. It'll be patchy, but there'll be some spots where visibility gets reduced. This is around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. There'll be enough moisture there for some morning fog and morning clouds. As we look at the satellite picture right now, we've got quite a bit of high cloudiness moving through. So it's that filtered sun that we saw yesterday. Same thing today. This is that high-level Pacific moisture that's feeding right over top of us. And as we look at the big picture here, you can see that stream, that Pacific connection here with the clouds streaming in across South Texas. And then I'll take you up to the Pacific Northwest. Some unsettled weather here. This is our next storm system that's going to help to push a front through. As we talked about earlier, we've got this storm system. We've got the moisture feeding in from the Pacific. And then we've got some Gulf moisture. So the ingredients are there that we need to get some rain. And that's what we so desperately need when it comes to our forecast. So the front starts to seep in here, I think late Thursday. So around dinner time, you'll start to see some showers and storms. This is when it starts to turn a little bit cooler. And then by Thursday night and the Friday morning, we'll get the cooler weather, windy conditions. Rain probably starts to come to an end by midday Friday. And so by Friday afternoon, the rain clears out of here, but it's probably still cloudy, cool, windy, all those fun things. At least it does cool us down a little bit. Now, this isn't one of those big, strong Arctic fronts, but it'll be enough to shave off maybe about 15 or 20 degrees off the temperature. Rainfall potential, I don't think we're going to get a lot out of this. Right now, it's looking more on the order of 1/4 of an inch, maybe up to 1/2 an inch in some isolated spots. Bigger totals will be off to our east and southeast. But I do think our odds of getting rain are pretty good, so there's that. And I think, again, that's going to be Thursday night and Friday morning, about a 40% chance of rain. Next couple of days, morning fog, morning clouds, temperatures in the mid-80s. We'll see some afternoon sun, and then clouds Thursday, Friday, windy especially on Friday. And then this weekend, should try to clear out a little bit, temperatures in the 60s, and mostly cloudy skies.
Okay, we are going to give an update. We are in, day 6 of No Shave November.
Yep.
And I think it's time to rally the troops and get the community really going on these donations because we're kind of lacking.
Yeah, we're getting off to a little bit of a slow start, but we're going to see things pick up. I have no doubt. Everyone's beards are looking really good. Adam Barraza leads the way. He's a great photojournalist here at KSAT. Stephen Cavazos right there behind him. Third place. Where are you at, Mark?
If you're not on this board, does that mean you have 0?
Probably.
Yes, our producer says yes.
Mark is quickly making donations under his name.
Right.
Yes. It's okay. It's still
shadow
early.
name.
It's still early, but you can scan that QR code there if you'd like to donate. Again, we're raising money. The reason we do all of this, so you'll notice us and we can tell you that we're raising money for cancer research and hopefully finding a cure. That's kind of the end game here.
Eradicate all cancers.
Exactly, because nobody wants it.
I'm supposed to do a little video for you. When does that due? Or did you want that Friday?
When you can get it to me.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a good stage of y'all. It's like that, kind of vacation look.
Thank you. Thank you.
And at one point it gets crazy.
This is the point in the month where I'm like, I think I'll keep it. And then in 2 weeks, I'm like, can't wait to get rid of it.
Yeah. I'm liking it.
Look, you look great with a beard, Justin.
Thank you very much.
About 10 till right now, 70 degrees. We mentioned the New York City Marathon and the winners during the morning headlines, but did you know some people run until almost midnight, sometimes racing 12 to 14 hours to complete all 26.2 miles, and they deserve some recognition too.
Absolutely. ABC's Danny New was at the finish line last night to congratulate these warriors and see how they were able to pull through.
It is 9 o'clock. We were at the NYC Marathon in Central Park to congratulate the people, not who broke the records, who finished in some ridiculous time. I can't relate to those people. I want to talk to people who are finishing it in hour 12. We want to say mazel tov and also offer them some nourishment. Congratulations. I wanted to give you a granola bar. Were you ever doubting yourself? You always knew, I'm going to finish this thing.
Yeah, I wanted to take the Uber and go home.
First off, we wanted to offer you a granola bar. You did it.
Thank you. I appreciate the woman who biked with me for 2 miles next to me.
A woman biked with you?
Well, she biked next to me. She walked her bike in the park.
And cheered you on?
And just kept talking.
You know, when we hit line 14, my body couldn't take it. But there was somebody else that had come from Mexico. And he supported me. He's like, you can do this.
Was there ever a point where you almost gave up during the run?
There were times I wanted to give up, but my husband went to mile 15 and came back and got me, and we actually finished this together.
You ran with your husband?
Yeah.
Where's husband?
Oh, here he is.
Husband, you went to mile 15 to finish with her?
Yeah.
You're a good husband.
I was accompanying a disabled athlete, and at mile, she's 81 years old, and at mile 19, she couldn't go any more there, and I didn't want to leave her alone, so I took her home, and then came back to the course where I'd left her. So I finally made it.
But how come you had to come back and finish
Because
it?
I had to finish.
Danny New, ABC News, New York.
I can't run 26.2 minutes. I can't imagine doing.
Right.
And I saw an animated map of the whole route they ran this weekend. Oh my gosh, it was insane. Way out to Queens and back.
All the boroughs. It's very cool.
Congratulations to everybody.
Congrats,
that finished.
everyone.